Hello, and welcome to the Street Aesthete channel. This is the show where we explore street view coverage of noteworthy locations, looking out for beautiful architecture and stunning scenery, while I amuse myself by remarking on what we see. This is the second part of our exploration of England's second city, Birmingham. You rejoin us on a street full of fantastic red brick late Victorian architecture, and we're going to proceed through the city centre, although we seem actually to be coming to the edge of it, and I'm just going to keep walking, letting my eye lead us in whichever direction beauty appears to abound. And towards the end of the video, I'll perhaps take us off to an area I've spotted over to the west of the city called the Jewellery Quarter. I imagine that might be a place where a lot of money used to change hands, and so perhaps we'll see some impressive buildings there as well. But this actually may be one of the most attractive things I think I've yet seen in Birmingham. Perfectly proportioned. I wonder if we can get some different coverage actually from a different year where we don't have this scaffold slightly spoiling our view. Yeah, 21 or 20 looks about right. A bit sunnier there, so this might be the one to go for. Oh, it's taken us back into 2025. Well, in any case, I think we'll stick with it, and we'll just take a moment to really enjoy the facade of this building. Lovely combination of red brick here, the more creamy coloured stucco. These look like they could be original windows, perhaps even with the LED window fixtures, and a really nice little motif in the middle here. Looks like it could be perhaps some sort of tree. And isn't it also just a fantastic resource that we've got in Google Street View? We can explore the world without ever needing to leave our homes. But of course I do like to leave my home, and if you'd like to see some of the footage that I've taken in noteworthy locations in real life, along with my original music, some of which you're currently hearing, do go and take a look at my first channel, which is linked in the description. And we'll just take another look at this side to verify the symmetricality of this building. The Royal Birmingham. Good name for a pub. Alright, that way, by the looks of it, lies more of this sort of thing, which, in my opinion, is a waste of space in terms of the aesthetic of the architecture. Over here, looking more like we might be able to find a bit more of the historic architecture of the town, but we'll find out. Yeah, more red brick here, slightly less distinguished than the Royal, but yeah, I think it's going to be hard to top that. So it's a shame it came at the beginning of the video, but then actually we've got a lot of time to hunt out something even better, and this is not a contender, but definitely a very handsome facade, and I love the way it doesn't quite glisten, but the way it almost shines in the reflected sunlight. Really lovely. But I do always think it's a bit strange when we have a kind of quite a severe right-angled corner on the edge of a building like this. You know, if I sort of move the frame so that we don't see that, you could almost have the impression that this extends in its pattern a lot further, and there's just something a bit sort of cut off and strange about that. But of course, the building wasn't really made to be viewed from this angle, and it makes a lot more sense when you see it from here. And yeah, very lovely. These there's sort of a kind of Dutch style. Certainly this one, this sort of shape, and indeed there have been many Flemish and Dutch architects and builders who at various times have fled their own countries and come to live in England and the United Kingdom, and they contributed some of their aesthetic sensibility to our cities and towns. Yeah, lots of different directions to go in here. I don't think we'll go too far in this direction because I'm interested in the other streets that we can see here. But I do want to just go and take a look at this over here, which is a bit different to some of the red brick buildings that we've seen elsewhere. We've still got the brick, but a lot of it is this stucco. And yeah, it's just a very handsome building, and it's almost a great cohesive street scene. I think we could forgive them perhaps this glass facade here, but the trouble is, I mean, that should be criminal, building something like that. I mean, how that could get planning permission, I don't know. It's just awful, isn't it? We've got, a whole street of things that are roughly the same number of stories, and then just this great oblong block of nothing spoiling our scene. Now, I'm not opposed to high-rise. If we think of some of the typical high-rise cities in North America, think of Chicago, think of New York. Some of those skyscrapers are incredibly beautiful. Not all of them, of course. There's a lot of modern dross like this as well. But so I'm not opposed to high-rise, but I just also don't see why they couldn't have made this more stylish, more in keeping with the fantastic heritage on the same street. Yeah, not too much to look at over there, so we will go back in this direction, as I said. I imagine it started with this. This is sort of a medium-sized high-rise, and that probably got the go-ahead to be built in, I don't know, the 1960s perhaps. And once you've built that, I suppose anything goes. The cohesion of the street is lost. I wonder if there were originally other buildings like these on the street in place of something like this, and why it would have been torn down. Were the buildings in a state of great disrepair, perhaps? Or was it maybe the victim of a German bombing during the Blitz in the 1940s? Yeah. This is good too, I really like this. Like the detail in the railings, these wavy shapes. And indeed, this is also a very distinguished building. Yeah, I like the fact that they've made a feature of the chimneys here. Very handsome, and just lots of details. These more kind of organic shapes here. Wonderful, really wonderful. I love that. Yeah, let's speed on past this modern monstrosity and see what else we can find. Yeah, a lot of great buildings here in Birmingham. I don't know if this is necessarily the sort of thing that everyone would go visiting places around the world to go and see. You'd have to be really interested in this sort of thing, as I am, to make Birmingham a tourist destination for yourself. But I wonder if we might actually have been on this street before in the previous video. I think I maybe recognised this building site. So I think at this point we're just going to pop out of the map, and we'll make sure that we're not missing anything. So yeah, the jewellery quarter I mentioned earlier. We're a little bit outside of the centre here. This may be more suburban than I'm expecting, but I think we'll we'll go and check it out. And yeah, this is looking like we're very much outside of the centre here, but we'll give it a chance. Very nice, more kind of Byzantine arch shapes, and the alternating orange and cream stripes. Yeah, sort of thinking of, as I say, Byzantine architecture and even Orthodox churches. But yeah, more of a residential location here. But often you'll find in a city that there is a lot of distinguished architecture to be found in the suburbs and in the outskirts. Certainly in London, where I live, many of the suburbs were built out. Can we go over there? No, it wants us to go down this street, that's fine. Many of the suburbs were built out starting in Victorian times, and then you kind of get another layer of development, and you can kind of trace history as you go through the outer boroughs of London. And there isn't the same density of great buildings to admire outside of the centre, but here and there you will come across something very distinguished, and so it is often worth exploring the suburbs. Yeah, this is a very nice stretch here, isn't it? Shame there isn't quite the same on the other side, but actually, you can frame it very nicely with the trees. And what I mean by that, saying it isn't the same on the other side, is this would be a really eye-popping street if we had something like this, but a little bit different, built up just against the pavement here, so that we had a bit of symmetricality, and then with the way that the road curves round, we'd be starting to see this facade here, kind of in the gap, giving you a sense of enclosure in the street scene, which is something that appeals to me. Gives me kind of a cozy feeling. And yeah, lots of great variety here. The red brick, and then the different colours here. Very pleasing. Yeah, quite a distinguished neighbourhood, really, in terms of the buildings we have here. Whoa. Now, where else might be worth exploring? Perhaps if we go up by the station. Okay, we're here on the platform, not exactly where I wanted to end up. Here we go. Alright, not bad. Very cohesive, actually, this scene. Lots of red brick. Yeah, not perhaps the most attractive street in the world, and often I think these street scenes would have looked at their best not long after they were constructed, in terms of there not being parked cars all the way down the street, kind of obscuring the view. People do have to park their cars, of course, and I don't begrudge them that. What I do dislike, though, is when you've got a town square or a church or a cathedral where there are cars and vans and things parked right outside, spoiling the view. That's the sort of thing that I don't think should be allowed necessarily. Although, I'm not too keen on going around telling people what to do, but I think that there is a balance to be had between maintaining the character and the aesthetic beauty of your town, and personal freedom. Well, I don't want to miss anything in the centre, so I think I've got a good sense of what the jewellery quarter's like. Let's, if we just pop out of the map again, let's maybe see if there are any parts we didn't get to. I'm not sure if we didn't get over here. Let's try Bull Street. Okay, right. This, in fact, I believe this is the direction I decided not to go in because it's all newly built. Nonetheless, you know, if we take our kind of red brick tinted spectacles off, this is not a bad street scene in its own way. You know, there's some cohesion in the colours here, and you know, when you're not trying to compare it to historical architecture, this sort of thing and the glass facades can be quite handsome. I mean, this actually, with these kind of arcs at the top, I think this is newer, but kind of giving a hint of the Art Deco style. It's not too bad, you know. It's good to look at. Bit of a red brick tower over there, but I did find myself drawn down this street. Oh, Birmingham has a tram system. I didn't know that. Yeah, not bad here, this facade. I'm just going to check to see if we can find this in a where the sun isn't shining so directly on it, so we can really take a good look at it. Yeah, this is a great row, actually. In fact, fantastic over there. We'll make our way over there, don't you worry. But it is a pity to have the effect of it somewhat spoiled by this unimaginative, blocky modern thing behind it. You know, why, in the first place, why did this have to be just so many stories that it peaks out over the top, spoiling the scene? And in the second instance, on the other side of the street, we've got this clearly much newer building, but they've used some of the same kind of design motifs, the same red brick. And there are some concessions to modern practicality with the building materials used here, but the shape is right. It's in keeping with the street, and you could even sort of imagine that in perhaps 50 years, something like that, even longer, this building might start to get a bit of a sort of a patina of dust and wear from being exposed to the elements, and it might start to be that it's not indistinguishable from this side of the street, but it'll start to feel yet more cohesive, whereas something like this is just never going to feel like it belongs on this street. Well, I am very impressed with this section just here. I think it's great, to be honest. In terms of any single building being as beautiful as the Royal, the pub that we saw towards the beginning of this video, I don't think any of them quite make the cut. But in terms of a whole row of facades, I think this is definitely a contender. You know, when taken as a whole. I'd quite like to see this. We'll just find a bit of coverage that doesn't have a lorry in front of it. Yeah, in fact, you know, this is fabulous. A really great scene here. Very exciting. Very exciting to see. Brilliant. Well, we're coming towards the end of this video. Thank you for watching all the way to the end. I think this is where I'll leave Birmingham. Do take a look at the rest of the Street Aesthete channel. I've got lots of videos exploring towns and cities across the world with this sort of commentary. And if you enjoy the music in my videos, as I say, take a look at my first channel, linked in the description.